In the last 7 days, the AI industry restructured itself. Microsoft and OpenAI quietly ended their exclusive partnership. Anthropic refused to release its strongest model, and DeepSeek dropped prices to a level that breaks everyone else's math. Almost no one is connecting them. By the end of this video, you'll have the 7 things that actually mattered this week in AI, ranked by what they mean for builders, not by what made the headlines. We'll skip the trial drama, we'll skip the celebrity tweets. What we are going to do instead is connect 5 frontier lab moves that all happened inside the same 7 day window. Because taken together, they signal something the labs aren't saying out loud yet. Let's start with the one nobody's framing correctly, the OpenAI Microsoft divorce. On April 27th, Microsoft and OpenAI restructured their alliance. Microsoft keeps its license to OpenAI's intellectual property through 2032, but it's now non exclusive. And the revenue share OpenAI was sending Microsoft? Gone. Microsoft dropped 2% on the news. 3 things this means. 1. OpenAI is now free to ship on AWS. Expect Bedrock hosted models within a year. 2. Microsoft is going to lean harder on its own 5 models, on its new agent framework, and on partnerships outside OpenAI. 3. The famous AGI clause, the one that gated Microsoft's rights once OpenAI declared AGI, it's effectively dead. Simon Willison wrote a whole post tracking its quiet funeral. If you've been Azure locked, because that's where OpenAI lived, that lock just loosened. Reprise your stack, assuming a multi cloud future. Story 2 is stranger. Anthropic just released a model called Claude Mythos Preview. It's their most capable model yet, particularly at offensive cybersecurity tasks, and they refused to ship it. Instead, they did something almost no frontier lab has done before. They handed access only to a vetted set of cybersecurity partners under a program called Project Glasswing to find and patch vulnerabilities in critical software. The reasoning is simple. If Mythos can find these holes, so can someone else. Better us with permission than them without. Why this matters? Anthropic just operationalized a new norm. Frontier capability does not have to mean frontier availability. Expect every other lab to copy this pattern within 12 months. Lab capability and product capability are about to diverge openly for the first time. And while Anthropic was withholding, DeepSeek did the opposite. They released everything. On April 24th, DeepSeek shipped V4. 2 models, both open weights, both with 1 million tokens of context. The flagship V4 Pro has 1.6 trillion parameters. The lighter version costs 14 cents per million input tokens. But here's what most coverage missed. DeepSeek also dropped cache hit input pricing across the entire API to 1/10. If your workload is RAG heavy, agentic, or runs on stable system prompts, which is most production workloads, your inference bill on DeepSeek just got smaller in a way nothing else can match right now. Bench it this week. Even if you don't migrate, knowing the new floor changes how you negotiate with every other vendor. The Frontier Lab pricing premium just got harder to justify. Story 4 is about agents, specifically the moment they stopped being demos and started being deployable infrastructure. Anthropic shipped a feature in Claude Code called /ultrareview. You point it at a pull request, it packages your repo, ships it to a remote sandbox, and unleashes a fleet of specialized agents. One for logic, one for edge cases, one for security, one for performance, all reviewing the change in parallel. And we have actual numbers from inside Anthropic. Substantive review comments on pull requests jumped from 16% to 54% after they rolled it out internally. False positive rate, less than 1%. On large pull requests, over 1,000 lines changed, the system finds an average of 7.5 real issues every single time. This is the agent template you copy. Take remote sandbox plus parallel specialized agents plus structured findings and apply it to a vertical that doesn't have it yet. Contract review, SQL migrations, infrastructure plans, marketing copy QA. The pattern is now public. Story 5 came from Google. Deep Research and Deep Research Max are now in the Gemini API. Deep Research is no longer a simple chatbot button. It's an API primitive. You can wire it into pipelines, you can schedule it, you can plug your own private MCP tools into it. If you've been hand rolling research agents on top of OpenAI, evaluate this as the orchestration layer instead. The sixth story isn't from a lab at all. It's from Andre Karpathy. He's been quietly using LLMs to build personal wikis, not chats, not notebooks, self maintaining, interlinked knowledge bases. His wiki on a single research topic has grown to about 100 articles and 400,000 words, all written and updated by the agent from raw materials he drops into a folder. The pattern is shippable today. The product opportunity is narrower than a second brain for everyone. Pick a domain where users already pay for stale curated newsletters or hand built wikis, equity research, regulatory compliance, medical literature, and ship the AI maintained version.
Now, zoom out. Five of these moves happened in the same week. OpenAI decoupled from its biggest patron. Anthropic admitted it has a model it won't ship. DeepSeek put a price floor under everyone. Anthropic published numbers proving agent fleets work at scale. Google made deep research and API primitive. Each one alone is a headline. Together, they're a phase change. The frontier labs are openly diverging on strategy, distribution, safety, pricing, agent infrastructure. Four different races now, not one. If you build on this stack, your job this week is simple. Reprice against DeepSeek. Test slash ultra review on a real pull request. Read the GPT 5.5 prompting guide and start treating hosted models as drifting dependencies because they are. One more thing, if you like the content that is being shared and subscribe, like, and comment on this video,